Mr. Hansraj Verma, who is CMD, Tamil Nadu Energy Development Agency, and he's going to be talking about the option harnessing wind power for green manufacturing. Would you like to present from here or there? Okay.
The organizers and dear friends, let me give some background about me. I'm a career bureaucrat with 37 years of experience in the Indian bureaucracy, Tamil Nadu cadre. I've done long years in the Tamil Electricity Board, 5 years about. I was the E&F secretary, part of the COP21 Paris deliberations. I was there, part of the Indian delegation. I am the CMD of the Tamil Nadu Industry Investment Corporation, a company with an asset base of 2,500 crores, a deep connect with the industries over 2 decades. I have been the director of fisheries, the connect with the fishing communities, the livelihoods, and with these dimensions, I'll give you a different perspective, a perspective from the industry point of view, perspective from the ecosystem. How do we collaborate collectively for harnessing the potential, the RE potential of India optimally? Friends, I also head the Tamil Nadu Energy Development Agency. We have a very clear vision. We enable sustainability. Today, this is the key. Climate change, the 1.5 degrees temperature rise, controlling that, are very, very clear goalposts for all of us. Now, in this context, how do I present my talk? My talk is basically about harnessing green power, RE power, for green manufacturing in Tamil Nadu. Friends, for Tamil Nadu, for all the government entities, departments, we have a clear North Star guiding principle. It is the clarion call of our Honorable Chief Minister to make Tamil Nadu economy a 1 trillion economy by 2030. Now, if this is to happen, then green manufacturing will be a key component of this. Something about Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu is a state blessed by nature. It has got India's second largest coastline, one of the best potential of solar, the pioneer in wind, the best potential in wind along the Western Ghats, good potential for hydro in the Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats, and now the offshore wind. Key is how do we integrate all these sources in an optimal mix. In fact, one area which we have not paid sufficient attention is gas-based coastal plants, power plants. Agreed, gas is an issue, pricing is an issue, availability is an issue. But if you want to harness the RE, solar, wind, hydro collectively, then you will need gas-based plants. Switch on, switch off. As Ms. Saxena of the Grid India yesterday was mentioning, for thermal plants, running them below 50% is not economically viable because of the variability of the RE power. At times, you were showing yesterday, we have run our thermal plants at 40%. Now, this is not good for the thermal plants. Also, thermal plants are very clear fossil fuel based. We have to phase them out gradually, but they're the base load. Gas can be a transition fuel, especially the coastal states with coastline. They can think of gas-based power plants, distributed plants across the coast. As the solar comes in the day, wind in the evening. Whenever there is a dip in the RE generation, you can quickly switch on, switch off the gas plants. So Tamil Nadu, which is blessed by nature, is ideally positioned to harness this complete potential of gas, solar during the day, wind in the evenings, hydro, and now the state has got plans for about 14,000 megawatts of pumped storage, the green batteries. Tamil Nadu was the pioneer. It's always been a thought leader. It was the first state to have its pump storage, Kadambari pump storage, 400 megawatt in the Western Ghats, way back. The second pump storage is under construction to be commissioned next year, about 500 megawatts. And another 14,000 is on the drawing board. Now, friend, with this strength, Tamil Nadu, which is one of India's most industrialized nation, where majority, the leading state in exports, particularly of engineering goods, will need to be contemporary and relevant on the world stage. As the CEO of the Tamil Nadu Industrial Corporation, with a captive base of 3,000 MSMEs and a deep connect with all the industries, we have formed an ESG cell. We are just not mere lenders. We give guidance to the industries on the ESG front, on IR4. So we are making the industry of Tamil Nadu future ready. Now, as Tamil Nadu cements its position as the leading industrial state of India, as the growth engine of Indian economy, there are 4 challenges it will have to negotiate. First is the companies of Tamil Nadu, CBAM. You must be aware of this. European Union's cross-border adjustment mechanism. It will come into play for the reporting formats by October 2023 and come into play by January 2026. Now, what is CBAM? European Union says products made with unsustainable energy practices, we will add a levy on that. Now, this will make Indian products lose their competitive advantage on the world markets. The CBA may be adopted by US, Europe, Australia, as the media report says. So it is very imperative for the industries to start looking at this trend and start preparing to counter it with their own initiatives. The second is going to be the SEBI guidelines, BRSR standards, business responsibility, and sustainable reporting. This is part of the SEBI mandate for the top 1,000 companies. Now, these guidelines came in 2021. In 2023, SEBI has come out with the BRSR core, where they have made key performance indicators, 9 of them specified by them for the industries. They want reasonable assurances for the industries for sustainability, for reducing the energy footprint, carbon footprint, water footprint, circular economy. So corporates have to start preparing. We are guiding the industries on this front. How do we negotiate this challenge? And how do we turn this challenge into an opportunity and retain a competitive edge? The third is the scope standards of the World Sustainability Development Council. Scope 1 is within the factory, operational efficiency. Scope 2 is the energy usage by the company. And scope 3 is about the value chain, about its vendors. About 80% of the emissions happen in the value chain. And for most of the OEMs today, the vendors are the MSMEs. Most of the OEMs are only integrators, especially the auto components, for illustration. Scope 3 is about their value chain. the emissions that happen right up to the stage where the raw material comes into the factory, goes out as a finished product, and after the finished product, the emissions associated with the entire life cycle of the product. The top corporates may have the resources to onboard these challenges and developments, but the key for India, the key for the industrialized states like Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Maharashtra, Gujarat, is the MSMEs. This is where collectively we have to come on board, collaborate, and enable them to negotiate these challenges. Now, friends, what happens is most of us look at the issues only from our silo approach and narrow perspective. Maybe a decade back, when I was the TNEV chairman, I looked only from the narrow perspective of my entity, where any development will lead to a revenue loss for my discoms, for my entity. But having traveled the journey as the Environment and Forest Secretary, as part of the industry's TEDA, now I look at the big picture. We have to collaborate. Collaborate is the new leadership. Most of you are here, the component manufacturers, the technical agencies, the financiers, the wind turbine manufacturers. You are not selling energy. You are not selling your technical service to your clients. You are selling sustainability to them. Please market your products with that. You are there to make them sustainable. If your clients are sustainable, you are successful. And when the clients are sustainable, Indian economy is resilient and robust. So it is India's century today. The China plus one strategy has kicked in. The world looks at Indian economy in a very big way. India is going to be the next manufacturing hub. But with these challenges, it cannot be business as usual. Our industries have to negotiate the CBM, the BRSR of SEBI, the scope standards of the World Council. It is here I'll request all the stakeholders come together. When you interact with your clients, think about the sustainability. A word about wind and solar. Friends, it is never wind versus solar. Some deliberation yesterday were there why solar has taken precedence and wind has come down. It is a combination. India has to optimally harness both in hybrid mode, solar and wind, both come in different time zones. So when a wind power company, whether a financier, a IPP, or a turbine manufacturer, looks at selling the products, the services, look at the holistic picture. How can your wind be also part of the energy mix? How can it enable the client to optimally use the solar availability to him, either from big farms or on the rooftop, so that it is a viable solution? This will interest to you that the Tamil Nadu Industrialization Corporation and the Indian Wind Turbine Association, led by Mr. Giri, we are signing an MOU in Chennai on the 21st, basically to promote RE, particularly wind in the MSME sector. MSME is the key. The MSME is the backbone of the Indian manufacturing, Indian industry. So that is where should be a key target for them, and for them, we should look at their sustainability. Now, friends, we are looking at offshore wind or onshore wind along the Western Ghats. Most of the wind sites are ecologically sensitive sites. I'll request the IPPs or the wind turbine manufacturers to look at biodiversity conservation also. The ESG part, in particular to your company, plus to your clients, E does not stand for environment only, energy only. It also stands for biodiversity conservation also. Have a study to see how does the wind turbine, whether onshore or offshore, impact the biodiversity, the flora, the fauna of the area. Get involved in that. That will also give you a competitive advantage. That will also give you enhanced ESG scores. Second is going to community. You have to do community outreach, particularly both Gujarat and Tamil Nadu. As you look at offshore wind, you have to negotiate the fishing community concerns. You have to ensure and give them the confidence that these measures will no way impact their livelihood options. Plus, apart from your investments in the technology, the hard infrastructure, you will also get involved with the local fishing community for enhancing their livelihoods by partnering with various measures, schemes which Government of India, Government of Tamil Nadu runs, the National Rural Livelihood Mission. I used to head the post-tsunami livelihood mission for the fishing community. After tsunami came in Tamil Nadu, we had a very vibrant program, still is on, exclusively for the 13 districts along the coast of Tamil Nadu for the fishing community to enhance the livelihoods. Make community an integral part of your project planning. Similarly, for the onshore also, take the community along, because in the ESG component, as mentioning, apart from respective companies, your clients will also have the social part of it. And the social part of it is your community outreach. So friends, RE is just not standalone. It is just not your silo approach. It is an integrated approach where you are invested in the sustainability for clients, sustainability of the communities, sustainability of the nation and the states. With this sustainability, we will have India marching confidently towards the net zero goals. We have signed the net zero goal 2070. We have very, very ambitious targets by 2030. Tamil Nadu is a leader on those targets. But most important, what is the end goal of RE? To make Indian manufacturing, to make Indian industries competitive, to make India the manufacturing hub of the world, for which we have to collaborate across the various sectors of RE, the gas, the solar, the hydro, the pump storage, collaborate across the various stakeholders of the spectrum, the community, the biodiversity conservation, negotiate the emerging trends of CBAM, the BRRS of SEBI, the scope standards. With this approach, we will position India as the leading hub of manufacturing and enable India to find its rightful place at the head table of the community of nations as a leading industrialized developed state, nation. Honorable Prime Minister was recently mentioning that very shortly we should be the third largest economy, for which manufacturing industries powered by RE is going to be the key, the way forward. So friends, using the platform, in a very generic manner, I make an appeal to all the stakeholders that let's collaborate, let's form partnerships. And in this endeavor, Tamil Nadu will provide the thought leadership to you. The Tamil Nadu Energy Development Agency is the agency, the go-to agencies. We partner with all the stakeholders. We can try several proof of concepts there. We can give the thought leadership, try the models here. Because traditionally, Tamil Nadu has been the thought leader. What Tamil Nadu does today, the rest of India follows. And this is going to be the key advantage of the state. We are going to have the global investors meet in January 2024, where Tamil Nadu as the ideal destination, the destination of choice for green manufacturing is going to be positioned. And this is something which we can take lessons to the other states. So friends, concluding my address to you, it's more of engaging you on a thought process. Once again, I appeal for partnerships. Let's collaborate. Let's make this India century a dominant one, led by Indian manufacturing, powered by RE power. Thank you and good day.
Thank you so much, sir. That was a very engaging and thought-provoking address indeed. Just one small question from my side. So what is the state doing in terms of promoting open access? Have you accepted the green energy open access rules?
Now I represent the state agencies.
Right.
So these are matters of policy.
But has the state accepted?
I will not be comment on that.
All right.
But
okay. Fine. Understood. I'll take some questions from the right, then move to the. Okay. There's a question in the second row in the middle column.
Mr. Verma, I represent Vinergy here. And thanks for your motivating, inspiring speech there. Since I am from industry from Tamil Nadu, and since I am also, playing an important role in the renewable energy and green energy space, I wish the entire Tamil Nadu industry would have, heard you today. So let me take the liberty of, giving you the positive assurance back from the industry. We are ready to walk with you. Let's make your dream a big one. Your dream is all our dream. We are with you. Thank you so much.
it's a collective dream. It's a collective dream for all of us.
Any questions from the left? Yes, you can go to the gentleman in the fourth row.
Sir, thank you. I'm Janamani from TIIC Kirloskar. We are automobile manufacturer. Innova, Krishna, that. We already achieved RE 100 from June 2021. What you are telling that green manufacturing, that already we started. And carbon net zero we are working out, how to convert to the gas consumption. That we achieve in 2025. So coming to this policies now, should be very easy to approach and easy to all the person to access green energy for green manufacturing. So what is the way to support? What are the steps is required? Please take support from the state also. So maybe this is maybe a role model for all India. Yesterday I'm asking the same thing. How to become RE for total India. Thank you.
The key is active stakeholder engagement. No policy can form in isolation. It is for the stakeholders. So that is what Tamil Nadu is going to do. They started the process. Actively engage all the stakeholders, take their views, and give a policy that is relevant to them.
Hello, sir. Thank you very much for this motivational speech which guides us. Sir, this is not a question but a suggestion that when we are talking about hybridizing the upcoming projects, so all the regulators in this room should also think on hybridizing the existing standalone wind and solar projects, because that is the fastest way to achieve 2030 and 2070 targets. So this is just a suggestion of hybridizing the existing projects. When we have already install the evacuation infrastructure and just adding wind or solar to these standalone installed capacities? Thank you. Thank
That's
you,
a
sir.
very input. Thank you for the input. Thank you.
Just one last question from.
Yeah, I just want you to check, you talked about gas-based coastal plants as a immediate remedy. So any plans to have the hydrogen also a part of the gas-based, like say instead of gas-based, hydrogen-based coastal plants could be come up, or?
We have sanctioned 3 green hydrogen projects in Tamil Nadu. They are the initial stages. But if immediately you want, we have at Ennore a 5 million metric tons capacity of IOC. LNG plant unit is there. Gas may be slightly expensive in today's terms, but as a peaking load, and the most important thing is the ability to switch on, switch off. A concept coastal states must definitely examine that. Thank you.
All right. On that note, we can close this session.